So when we you're playing a guitar and somebody is singing along, oh dear, the melody is just so good.
At Nairobi's Anglican Cathedral, dozens more children are confirmed as members of the church. But hanging on to the young will mean releasing them from the staid and formal services inherited from the Church of England.
The church has made the worship more appealing, especially to young people, by making the church to be very lively. There is dancing in the church of young people, and the saying is that we say, unless we let the young people dance in the church, they will go out or somewhere else to do the dancing.
And this is where they could go to dance. A Pentecostal church called the Maximum Miracle Centre is holding what it calls a Christian crusade, and it's having a magnetic. How can the traditional churches compete with this? Tens of thousands of worshippers overflowing with excitement and enthusiasm. They've come to Nairobi's Independence Park to witness a highly charged, emotional event. This is Pentecostalism in a modern African form, and it represents an increasingly powerful challenge for Kenyan souls. On stage, the star attraction, Rose Muhandu, a high-profile gospel performer, sings separation from her husband and rejection by her family. Her story of personal redemption through faith reaches a dramatic catharsis, provoking an emotional response. The main act is over, but the drama has barely begun. What follows is recruitment on a grand scale. Hundreds come forward to be saved and are led away for counselling.
Whatever Jesus is going to tell you to give, do it.
Then comes an appeal for money. The suggested sum, 200 shillings, a day's pay for an average Kenyan.
200, you wanna come, man? Yes. Keep on coming. Yes, I come.
Africa will escape its poverty, the congregation is told, only by giving.
These people, they know the secret of giving. They have read the Bible. They are not forced into giving. You see, we are preaching on TV and we are paying hundreds of dollars. It was only tonight whereby I had visiting preachers. I never told them to raise the money, but when they stood on the platform, they just felt it's good for people to bless the work of God. End of the year, because God has sustained them.
What do Africans get for their money? One expert says that from colonial days, Africans have identified closely with the Bible's account of the oppressed and powerless children of Israel.
Only this morning I was listening to a sermon about the extraordinary insecurities that people feel in their lives in Kenya, of rapes, murders, assaults, robberies, etc. And again, this appeal to the personal power of God resonated obviously very strongly indeed with the congregation. So I think it's this power, sense of power that is enormously important.
Many have felt that power as members of Kenya's most successful denomination. The Roman Catholic Church accounts for almost half of the country's Christians. It too has protected its position by adopting African ways. But there's a new threat on the horizon, the European disease itself, secularization.
The city life is getting more and more secularized. There's a famous professor, Professor Ivor Shorter, who did a study of secularization in the urban centers of Africa, especially Nairobi, and his conclusion was that the secularization is growing.
But in northern Kenya's deepest countryside, on the fringes of the Albi Desert, spirituality is still part of life.
Here we go.
Many of the nomadic Gabra people remain unconverted, unreached until now by Christian missionaries.
It's one thing to have a man go, and that's good and that's fine, but once there's women and children in the area, it adds a new aspect. First of all, in the northern Kenya culture and in the many different ethnic groups, men don't speak to women and women don't speak to men. So then how can you bring the gospel in the cross gender? You have to have the same gender.
But a short distance across the scrub, the message is falling on stony, unreceptive ground.
You want me to leave?
At the well, people are suspicious of the outsiders and their alien religion. Muslim evangelists have been here already. Kenyan Muslims are working more actively for converts, and they've been tolerant of traditional religious practices.